Hello and welcome to another episode of Bearded Driver Reviews, and in this episode it's time to grab your copy of The Sun or the Daily Star and become White Van Man and begin to tailgate people. Yes, this time we are in the Ford Transit, Britain's favourite van since launch in 1965. Taken over from the Thames 400E, it was a revolution. The Transit van was compared to its car drivability, and it was also the criminal's choice of getaway vehicle for bank raids from the police. In 1977, a facelift ensured that the Transit would still be a popular choice until 1986, when the second generation came out. The second generation of Transit ran until the millennium in 2000. Amongst that time, a major facelift was revealed in 1994 when the smiley face Transit became a popular look. And in the year 2000, the third generation of Transit van was launched, with style and language borrowed from, at the time of Ford's New Edge design, from the Focus and the Ka. The third generation Transit won International Van of the Year in 2001, and the late Sabine Schmitz attempted to beat Jeremy Clarkson's time around the Nürburgring. A midlife facelift in 2006 ensured that the Mark III Transit stayed fresh among its rivals and again won International Van of the Year in 2007. The generation of Transit we are driving today is the fourth generation, launched in 2013, and is surprisingly not built in the UK, but in Turkey, the US, Russia and China. Again, this version, the Transit Custom, won Van of the Year in 2013. So without much delay, let's look around the Custom, starting with the engine bay. So this is Ford's 2-litre TDCI Panther engine. This produces roughly about 130 PS and is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox. It is Euro 6 compliant. It's not much to look at, just a massive black plastic. So if you were working on a Transit, things you would need to know are: this is your oil, power steering fluid, because it's not electric power steering, it's hydraulic power steering, your brake fluid, your windscreen water. And if we look down to the bottom here, this is your dipstick, this is your airbox, this is your battery, fuse box. The battery is just here, I think. And that tank there is your coolant. Now, this Transit, unlike its predecessors, doesn't have the Ford badge that flips around. You have to manually open it from the cabin. So let's jump inside the Transit Custom and have a wee look around. And the first thing that hits you is that it looks very familiar to any Ford owner that maybe has a Focus or a Mondeo. We'll find out as we go in. So we'll start with the door here. Got a nice big door. It's got a reflector on the door, so if you're opening the door out at night and a headlight catches it, it'll light you up. You've got nice piano black door handle. Top of the door here, you've got your driver and passenger electric windows and electric mirror switch. Now, this will be a familiar thing to any Ford owner. Going back to the late 80s, early 90s, that's a Ford Parts Bin special. You've got your door unlock and lock here. door handle, and you have got storage space here, here, speaker, big deep storage bit there, another one in here, and if you're really lucky, more. So don't say that it's not well equipped for storage. So let's jump into the van. So here we are at the familiar Ford steering wheel with dials. Just put the ignition on and see the dials light up. So there's the dials there. It's a simple dial arrangement. You've got a rev counter to your left, which redlines at about 4,800. You've got a temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and on the opposite side you've got a speedometer. And again, it's lit up in that sort of Ford, the needles are sort of lit up in that Ford blue you see on the Fiesta and the Focus. Moving over to the door here, you have a nice big bottle holder. Here, you've got your lights down here, you've got your vents as well. So you've got your lights here, you've got your front fog lights and rear fog lights. You've got your side light, headlight, not sure what that one is, not auto lights. And you've got your dial if you want to adjust the brightness here. So simple to hand. Moving into the steering wheel, you have your you've got cruise control, on audio controls, and phone controls on the right by the look of it. So you've got your horns here. Let's test the horn. Nice big horn. You've got your indicators on the left. Again, very familiar Fords. You probably see them on the Focus and Fiestas. You've got parking lights as well on the stock. Moving over to the right here, you have your windscreen wipers. Let's see if we can get that stock. There we go. So, got 1, 2, 3-speed wiper. And a mist function pushing down. I'm going to show you the wipers. Now, Ian Seabrook would be loving this. Clap hand wipers. Ho, ho, ho. One more try. Oh, lovely. So, as it's a Transit, you have your gearbox in the dashboard. It's a 6-speed box, so reverse, you lift up the locking ring down to there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And below the gear lever we have another compartment. This is your cup holder, that's a bit manky. I don't think the car rental company bothered to clean that. And moving into the centre, we have the, by pet hate, the touch screen. Oh. So let's have a wee look. So we're going to audio here. We've got Jazz FM. I've turned it down for copyright reasons. So you've got sources, you've got DAB, FM, AM, Bluetooth audio if you want to pair your phone up to it. You've got your phone connections there. Mobile apps, settings. So you've got your sound setting. Radio there. Go back to there. Clock. Go back. Mobile apps. Bluetooth, general settings, phone, emergency assistance, and it may have that lovely Bluetooth audio and DAB digital radio, but unfortunately it doesn't have a CD player. So come on Ford, us older gentlemen like to listen to our CDs. So you've got your volume, your on button there, tune button, they're nice big chunky buttons. Buttons here. That's like your menu there. That's skipping forward. That turns the screen off and on. Down below here we have a 7-speed fan, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lovely. Again, simple and easy to use. Heat and ventilation controls. You've got a heated front windscreen. That's your windscreen function. Set to windscreen, face or feet. Very Volvo-esque. Circulation button. Aircon. Oh, and heated seats. Not sure what that one is. And there's your cold and hot function. Again, really chunky and easy enough to use on the move. Below that we have a hazard warning switch. Very Ford-esque noise. Below that we have a telling you if the passenger airbag's on or off. Got a nice 12-volt power socket here. Got a passenger airbag here. Lesser models will have just a spare compartment in here. And we've got a glove box. And is it enough for a gentleman to go away for the weekend? Indeed it is. Fantastic, well done Ford. Again, you've got a can or a bottle holder there, and another wee sort of pistol pocket thing. There's your bonnet release. Again, chunky vents. And don't think the storage compartment runs out there. Top of the dashboard you have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 storage areas. So you can put your copy of The Sun or Daily Star, whatever you prefer reading, in one of these compartments. Maybe you could Daily Star there and The Sun for your workmate. Here we have another 12-volt socket and another USB or a charging socket. Charging socket there, and we've still got more space up here. Wow, well done Ford. And if you're really looking for something, you can hang your jacket up on the back. Well done Ford. So let's go out and have a look at the van on the outside of the van. So we're now outside the van. The first thing you notice is the sort of Ford corporate look. A huge grille in the front. And I believe, and I have seen it, that you can actually change the Ford badge on the grille for an American style one. It just has the words F-O-R-D, spelling Ford across it. So you've got these big chunky exterior mirrors that house the indicators, and they're huge. You've got blind spots in the bottom. Got a nice big enough windscreen with the clap hand wipers as I mentioned before. Now on the lesser models you would get black mouldings there, and I really think personally myself it's too much white in your face. I prefer the black myself. On the lesser models you get the a choice of 15 or 16-inch steel wheels. This is the, I can't remember what model this is now, I'll just find out for you. So this is the limited model, which I believe you get 16-inch alloy wheels as standard. They're not bad. Not my cup of tea. So I was saying, if you were getting the base model leader, the choice of wheels just depends on the series you get. So if you've got like a 260, 280 or a 300 series Transit, you get 15-inch wheels. If you get a 320 or a 340 series, you get the 16-inch steel wheels. So we're just going to walk around to the rear. Personally myself, I think it's too wide. So you've got the twin rear doors here. Up the top you've got the high level brake light. So we'll walk around to the passenger side. And on the passenger side you have sliding rear door. And to fill with Transit, I think it's in here. Bear with me, we'll soon find out. It's turning out to be rather shambolic. To open your fuel cap on your Transit, if you've never done this before like myself, open the passenger door, pull the slap, and you have again Ford's Easy Fuel system and AdBlue. You can tell I'm not enthusiastic about AdBlue. So why don't we go and open up the rear? So opening up the rear of a Transit, the length of this van inside is 2,554 millimeters of length. You've got 1,775 millimeters of width, and for load height you've got 1,406 millimeters in height to load. And perhaps, maybe I don't need to have a wee night away. Just move my bike up, I could just drop down on the floor and have a kip. And if you're of that sort of the vanning generation, you like your motorhomes, or just like a wee camper van, then perhaps you can maybe kit this out like into a wee mobile home. You just never know. Anyhow, let's go back into the van and get ready to go for a drive.